Let's make some s'mores cookies. Every good cookie has brown butter, and in the process of browning your butter, you lose some of the water. A good trick is to add an ice cube to help add that water back and to help cool the butter. So I was continuing baking and adding all my dry ingredients, and then I realized just now that I used the wrong measurements for the baking powder and baking soda. I used double the amount that I was supposed to use, but if you don't use double the amount you're supposed to use, then it'll end up fine. Just pay attention in class, okay, kids? I saw this on TikTok and it's so random, but honestly, if you add vanilla pudding mix to your dry ingredients, it's a game changer. Then in a large bowl, you're going to mix together your butter and your sugar. And once that's all just combined, then you're going to add your eggs and your vanilla, and then you're going to whisk that until it's light and fluffy. And it is also super important that your ingredients are room temperature when you use them. It's all about the chemistry and how everything combines. This video is not long enough for me to explain that. I will explain that in another video, but just know that it is very important to use room temperature ingredients. Then it's easy as a piece of cake. From there, you just mix in your dry ingredients, and my little thing that I like to do is just before it's all the way combined, I add in the toppings like chocolate chips and the Teddy Grahams in this case, and then you want to stop folding, like mixing your dough, when you no longer see any dry ingredients. It's very important that you do not overmix your cookies because it will result in a dense, chewy, tough cookie and just an overall not fun experience. So yeah, do not overmix. Alright, just to talk about myself because, I'm so obsessed with myself. But I digress. Anyways, when I was younger, I used to go camping all the time. Like every single weekend with my dad, I was camping. And when we went camping, we do all the regular things that you usually do, like campfires, outside barbecue, s'mores. And whenever I'd make s'mores, I didn't really like s'mores that much because when I was younger, I hated marshmallows. Now I love s'mores, obviously. So the only time I'd make s'mores is because of a little dark secret. When I was younger, my dad told me that raccoons killed and ate cats. And little me just believed anything that he said. And I loved cats with a huge passion. And to find out that raccoons killed them, they were just my number one enemy. And so, when I went camping, I would find berries on trees that my dad said were poisonous, grab them, and I'd make the s'mores, and I'd add the berries to the s'mores and try to hide it, and I'd set the poisoned s'mores on a plate and leave them out in the driveway in hopes of luring in a raccoon and killing it. Little 6-year-old me was actually evil. If I were to meet little me today, I would be so terrified of that child. But anyways, so this is my first batch, which did not really go to plan. So I scrapped the idea and went for big cookies instead, and they ended up so much better, and it was just so good. And the first batch was bad, but you know what they say, you gotta crack a couple of eggs to make an omelet. And that concludes the end of this episode of Reagan's Recipes. I hope you try this out, and I hope you have a very happy Thanksgiving. Bye bye!